The mics are still hot. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Dumb Investing. That fellow over there, that's Harry.
That guy, that's Lloyd. About to get dumb up in here. Welcome to some market commentary. We got a little bit to talk about tonight.
Yeah.
Lloyd, what do you think?
Well, my list goes something along this line, and I think this is going to be the right path. There's a lot of FUD going on, and it's Biden's fault. CPI, Bitcoin, Tesla, and Rivian. How's that for a path?
Let's do this thing.
So FUD. Last time we talked, which was last week about the same time, we talked how the market was going up. Life was great. Things were green because fear, uncertainty, and doubt had been removed. Powell had said his piece. He's acting. He relaxed everybody. We all knew what was coming. We had a path. We knew what that path looked like. All the cash sitting on the sidelines started doing, hey, man, play too. Everybody's playing the market. Life's great. And I went to S today, or this week. Why did it go to S this week? What happened?
Well, Dodo Head, that's Mr. Biden. He decided to run some interviews this past week, talking to potentially having the market insinuate that Powell may not be reelected as Fed chair next year. So we've got Brainard, who is, I mean, the problem with Brainard is we don't know what she's all about. So the fear and the uncertainty about not knowing what she would do in the market, that's causing the markets to go a little topsy-turvy on us. So if there's some uncertainty that Biden could choose Brainard over Powell.
And this is new. You know, she went in, I don't know how to say her first name, Leol or something, I don't, but she's interviewing what they're saying with Biden. And the fear is now we don't know what the path is. We used to know what the path was. We used to know what the game plan was. We stand Powell. We trust what he says because he does what he says he's going to do, and he gives us the manner in which we can also look at data that he says he's looking at. Now it's all up in the air again. So now there's fear. Where are people running to? They're running to Bitcoin now. CPI comes out. Inflation's real high. It's the highest it's been in 31 years. Hey, your mic's back. And Powell told us that was going to happen. He said this was going to be transitory. And it might have gone a little higher than he thought, but he's like, hey, look, we're still looking for an average. We're not going to overreact. We're not going to knee-jerk based off of one or two data sets. We're looking for a great big average. And CPI did come out. It was a little high. Okay, we all knew that. Anybody that's gone grocery shopping, you feel it. Man, all that kind of stuff. Things are high.
6.2%.
Very
big time high.
Big time.
Yeah, and I did take a look at the breakdown of CPI, and housing was up a bit. Used cars was up big again. Last month they were actually negative, but this month they came back big. And energy, of course, everybody sees it in the headlines where gas prices are going. I don't know what they are around your neck of the woods. Here they're pretty expensive, but I've been hearing $4 a gallon down in the U.S. and that's pretty high for down there. I mean, we're used to paying that here because we get taxed up the wazoo and all types of gas.
Well, we've got it's our state. I don't know. Our state liquid is West Texas crude, right? Ours isn't peaking, but we've got refineries in our backyards. I think Costco premium at Costco is $3.10 a gallon right now.
Yeah, but guess what? You don't have enough.
No, we don't.
So we got some major gas issues. We've got major supply chain issues. It's all going to get worse before it gets better still. I saw today there is a record 110 ships sitting at the ports waiting to be unloaded. And it's not just because they can't get them unloaded. The crews at the ports are working 24/7. It doesn't matter. They could work 92/7. It doesn't make a difference. Obviously, they can't work 92.7, but there's nowhere for that material to go. When they unload that, there's nowhere for it to go. The warehouses are full. There's no trucking available. The 3PL guys, the last minute carriers, they're having a horrible time trying to get the actual market to redistribute goods. It's awful.
I believe that. So that has caused people to want to shelter or preserve wealth in a time of inflation. And where did they used to go? If this happened 20 years ago, where did people run to?
Gold, silver.
And gold, silver, bond market. Those are 3 places you could go to park your money and be real safe when inflation hit. Nobody's buying gold anymore. Why?
Bitcoin.
Boomers buy gold, right? We ain't buying stupid gold. We got Bitcoins and Ethereums and Shibas.
Well, if you happen to watch our other show, the Mag Silver play that we did not that long ago, there's still people buying some silver.
No, gold is still going up too. I mean, it's but certainly
the millennials, well, maybe not even the millennials, just the speculative that want to try to hedge off inflation, certainly moving towards Bitcoin. Bitcoin did hit an all-time high yesterday or the day before. $69,000, right on the money. Yeah. So I was really hoping for it to crack 70, but I think once it cracks 70, it's going to be no stopping it to 100. But we'll see.
I want to see it close at 69,420.
Right. Close 69,420. The amount of
just to have that print on Wall Street, right?
Yeah, the amount of screenshots that there would be in the memes would just be off the charts. All right, nobody is allowed to buy anymore. Done.
Just stop for an hour. This is great. We just need the ticker going in Times Square. So a lot of money is moving into alternate wealth reserves, and that is getting the hedgies, all types of upended, because now their customers are calling saying, hey, and we've got Bitcoin, right? Because I'm seeing it just hit a record, and you've got some of my money in that, right? And all the hedgies are like, the what? The bit who? Yeah, we didn't own that. Sorry. And so now they're all freaking out. And they're all having to think, well, we should probably be buying that. Well, what about that Tesla guy? Because I'd hit some records with you. You've got a lot of that, right? Well, actually, no, because that guy's nuts, So the hedgies it's a whole new world.
You're right. The old money, and I don't mean old money as old money, but let's say, the old style or old school investing definitely does not understand the new way the market is
not at all
valuing stock prices or valuing cryptos or even what cryptos are. But, for now, certainly, I gotta say, I think they're here to stay. I think they're gonna be here to stay.
Well, and I'll tell you what, since you said the word value, let's jump right to Rivian. What was Rivian's closing value today? Anybody? Class? Anybody? Hands in the air?
It was like $100 billion.
$10 billion. Wow. The 4th largest auto manufacturer who has delivered no autos. They're bigger than GM, who has been delivering how many millions of autos a year? I mean, what is going on? Is this for real?
That is exactly why the stock market doesn't make a whole lot of sense to the old money. Right? And to be honest, there's going to be, with Rivian, I don't completely understand the value either, with it being worth a tenth of what Tesla's worth, and only having the auto sector, like the EV sector. They don't have all of the other things that Tesla has, and battery tech. Well, they don't really have solar anymore, but insurance, the decentralization of power plants. They've got so much going on that's outside of just a car manufacturer. So you'd probably have to look back 6-8 months ago when we were talking about Tesla, when it was at $540, and I'm sitting there screaming at you because I'm saying Tesla's not not just a car manufacturer. They can't be valued at a car manufacturer's price, right? So we're in there trying to buy it at that time, and $540 ago, and lo and behold, we get her back up to, what was it, $1,300 or $1,280 or something like that.
1280 is where I sold.
Yeah. Yeah. So we took some profits last week on Tesla, and it's back down to what, 1080 today?
Yeah, I think that's where I got back in at 1050. I thought today.
Yeah, and I bought some
that
today too. So
yeah.
So we were able to profit $150 or so a share, and it's been So we were able to turn a little bit of money into some more shares, hopefully, and if it continues to go down.
Yeah. So I ended up
continue to buy.
Having fun, and I ended up with one more share today than I had last week. So yeah, so I'm pretty happy.
Absolutely. Yeah. Speaking of Tesla.
Yeah, speaking of Tesla. Hey, Twitter, should I do it? Should I sell some shares? What do you say? Come on, tweet me.
So Mr. Musk ran a poll this weekend saying, hey, Twitter, should I sell off, what was it, 10%?
10%
of my shares? Well, Twitter goes and they're like, yeah, we want to
because taxes, right? That's what taxes. What's the real story?
So the real story at the end of the day, Elon Musk has options coming up that he has to buy by the end of August, I think, next year. So he's got an option price. The way that his contracts were awarded to him when they started the company, basically he was given the option to buy Tesla shares at $6.24 if he was still in and around and running the company and Tesla was profitable, obviously by August of 2022. So you could imagine that buying the shares at $6.24 when the actual share price is $1,100, that's probably something that he wants to do.
There's some tendies to be made there.
He's going to make a few bucks.
And he can exercise how many shares?
Was it 20 million?
22 million.
22 million, yeah. So he's going to do okay, I think.
Yeah, he'll do all right.
But in doing that, he's going to have a tax bill because the way that it works, he is basically getting a capital gain immediately on those shares. So he doesn't have $20 million sitting in the bank, right? We talked about this last week. So he's got to go and sell some shares to the tune of somewhere in the realm of $20 billion or $25 billion in order to pay off his tax burden that he's going to incur when he exercises his options. So basically, it's just a roundabout way of Elon was playing Elon games. He was going to do it anyways.
He had already filed the paperwork.
Right. And basically, he wanted to do it to get the market's approval. And
yep.
He has been selling shares since Monday, and you can see it in the stock price. So as we talked about, we close off some positions at $1,280 on Friday. So we timed that pretty well. Mr. Elon and the Dub Investing Group were thinking about the same thing. So which
damn right.
was pretty good, pretty well timed. So we sold, and then Elon comes out and said Monday he's selling. So he starts selling. Now we're with the sell pressure that he's put into the market, the stock has gone down to $1,000.80. Now, I've been following the stock kind of in and about all day today. They were strategically selling his shares. So anytime it went up like to 0.75% in gains, they would sell off a bit to bring it back down to zero. It'd go up a little bit more, they'd sell off a little bit more to bring it back.
Yeah,
it's back down to zero.
Genius.
It was, yeah. So the market, if Elon wasn't selling today, Tesla would be up. I don't know how much, but 3, 4, 5, 7%. I have no idea. That's why I thought today was a good day to buy. It could go down from here. It probably will. But
part of that was also, I hate to use this word, but the gamification of the system is that they were afraid that if it went down too fast, it would trigger the algo bots that everybody uses for trading. And that if they tripped, let's say JP Morgan's algo bot, and it started selling, and then it tripped somebody else's algo bot, they could see a run down in the stock, and they didn't want that to happen. So they were very good at gating how much was
Yeah.
being released.
And we're really only speculating on this. We don't know this for a fact, but
Yeah.
the way that it looked very calculated. So it looked like there was a human in there doing it, not someone, not a bot doing it. If Elon sold out of all of his shares today, which I hope he did, we're going back to the moon.
For sure. Well, especially with Rivian doing what they did.
I was going to say, speaking
Oh,
of the moon,
my.
Rivian has just been going nuts. So their IPO came out at, so for those of you who don't know, IPO is the initial public offering. So that's when the company goes public. They came out, well, that was yesterday, right?
Yesterday around noon, yeah, market time.
Yeah. So the market was expecting their IPO price to be around $78.
Yeah, that's what they released it as or whatever.
Right,
Yeah.
75 to 78 bucks.
Yeah.
By the time it was all said and done, they were up to $110 a share. So Rivian, I think it was up 40% at one point in one day. So if you got in on the IPO and it went up 40%, you got, oh, good on you. Got some good tendies out of that.
There's some tendies.
Yeah, but I think it's back down from the 40% mark, but
yeah, it backed off a little bit. Still up though.
Yeah, but certainly that valuation is absolutely nutso for a company that doesn't have any revenue.
No. But so it's pretty funny when you look at Rivian. Rivian is kind of like the nerds are buying Teslas. The lumberjacks are buying ours.
Well, they do have a much better.
They're going
truck.
after them.
Like their truck is a lot better looking than the Tesla.
It looks like a real truck.
Right.
Yeah.
It is a lot nicer. And the other aspect of it is they do have secured business, right? Amazon already purchased 100,000 vehicles from them.
Yep.
So that Amazon also owns 20% of Rivian. Ford owns 10% of Rivian, which is kind of a cool play. Interesting, Ford, a legacy auto manufacturer, puts a whole bunch of money into a startup EV tech, and they make, I don't know what Ford ended up buying in at, but Ford ended up making billions of dollars on the Rivian deal. So when Ford goes and sells, they're going to be able to take their billions of dollars that they made off of Rivian to go compete against Rivian.
Yeah.
It's just crazy.
It's just nuts. Yeah.
But a very interesting play. It was kind of ingenious because they can't do it themselves. So.
Maybe Ford put money in there because they're using some Rivian tech to get their Mustangs to do their
and
whatever.
That could be. I don't think that's going all that well with the Mach-E's, but here nor there. I still don't think Tesla has much competition. They're just so far ahead. Full self-driving, beta 10.4, I think, is out. And from what I see in the reviews that I've been watching, it's almost no intervention, and it's the full self-driving is just pretty unbelievable. So they're so much further ahead than anybody else. Like, watch some of the YouTube videos on the full self-driving 10.4. It's incredible. It recognizes people. It recognizes the size of a vehicle that's going by, the type, like stop signs, traffic cones, cop cars, you name it, like everything.
So there was a guy talking the other day about this full self-driving and the Hertz thing, and he was like, here's the future. Your Tesla takes you to work, and then it leaves, and it goes and does taxi stuff, robo-taxi,
you betcha,
until you need to go home, and then it comes back and grabs you, heads home, charges at night from the solar power that you stored in your battery, and it goes off the next day. You make all this money while it's off running people around. It's just nuts. It's total Jetson stuff.
It's unbelievable. It's so cool. Like, to even think about that kind of stuff, it's completely next level. They talk about Musk playing 4D chess, and I mean, that guy is just brilliant, right? So it's so cool to even think that your car could just do that. Yeah, you know what? They don't even need a fleet of robo-taxis, because you're 100% right. They'll just use every Tesla that's on the road already.
Yeah. You're just going to be able to put it into taxi mode.
Right. They're going to put taxis and Uber.
Be back. Get me in 5 hours.
Lyft out of business. They're done. Like, it's done. It's game over.
It's crazy.
And Tesla's going to earn profit on that. Like, they're going to be the biggest company in the world. They are going to be bigger than Apple and Microsoft and Amazon. They're going to dominate the world.
Tesla, Taco Bell, and Coke, huh?
Well, I mean, you think about it, and kind of get a little bit deeper into the Tesla stuff here, but the decentralization of power when you've got your, like you said, you're charging your solar, you're charging your Tesla battery, your power wall at your house with your solar power during the day, then you're providing it back to the grid at night while also being able to charge your electric vehicle. So you're just generating revenue on stuff that you're not using. It's just sitting there.
Right. I mean, it's the basis of passive income.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
It's crazy.
It's brilliant. Like, why don't I have 2 Teslas already? Like, gee, yeah. I need to make more money on my Tesla stock so I can buy a Tesla.
No doubt. Well, if Kathy Wood has her way, we'll be good.
Yeah. What'd she say? $3,500, right? That's her
something like that. Yep.
Target.
That's her new target.
So Tesla stock today is at $1,000.80 or $1,080, and she's expecting $3,500 by what? 2025.
I think that's what she said. Yeah.
Yeah.
So 2 years.
2 years.
3 years. Yeah, 3 years.
Yeah, almost 3 years. Yeah. So I mean, call it the end of 2025 because she could play that. So almost 4 years. Yeah, that's a triple in 3 years. I'll take it all day.
Well, because they've still got. Aren't we supposed to see the Roadster soon? Isn't that like a supercar, like a Tesla? I thought the Roadster was coming out and taking on Ferrari and stuff. No.
The S-Plaid is faster than any Ferrari and Lamborghini on the planet anyways.
Right.
So they don't need the Roadster. But I think the Roadster is going to come in after the Cybertruck.
Oh, is it? Okay.
I think so.
I know, yeah, so there's Roadster, there's Cybertruck, there's, what do they call the semi something? Is it a cyber semi?
It's the Tesla semi.
Tesla semi, yeah. We got that coming.
Did we talk about the marketing for Tesla?
No.
The sexy cars?
No, let's hear it.
The sexy cars? I told you about it. So they've got the Model S. Right?
Oh yeah. Okay,
they've got
go for it. This is model.
Right?
Okay.
So we'll I don't know if this works, but
so the Model S, and then the Model 3.
That go the right way? Yeah.
Yeah. So S,
okay.
3.
They've got the Model X.
The Model X.
They've got the Model Y.
Yes, they do.
They've got the Cybertruck. Starts with a what? C.
A C.
The Model A. They don't have a Model A.
No.
But they've got an R for the Roadster.
Okay.
And then they've got another S for the Semi.
Sexy cars.
So we're missing here. There's a pretty good chance that there's going to be an A there coming soon. And the speculation is that they might even come out with an ATV.
Oh. And somebody was throwing around a cyber phone or whatever. That was pretty funny.
And then they got a Tesla phone, and then they got Starlink, and how much of Starlink do they own, which is already a
SpaceX.
And
so the Dragon capsule brought home on Tuesday, and yesterday they launched another Dragon capsule and put people back up in the space that it docked tonight.
Unbelievable, yeah.
So yeah,
and it's all autonomous. It's unbelievable what they're doing right now.
My grandson actually got into that docking today. It was cool.
Oh yeah, he was watching.
I had it on the screen, and I went to do something, and he comes in here, and he was just sitting in the chair, just watching, and it's hovering over, Australia. And I told him, I said, "That's going off Australia." He's like, "I know," and I was like, "Okay, sorry, brother." It was awesome.
Yeah. So Starlink. What else? And then I think there's a Starlink rocket launching like tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, or something like right away. Crazy. They're just launching like nuts, and their success rate has been phenomenal, which is really good. We don't want things to go bad. All
right. Well, I'm out of topics, and we've been talking for almost a half hour. You got anything on your mind?
I think. Yeah. Well, I could talk Tesla all night, Tesla, Starlink, and all that stuff. I could do that forever, but not plugging the stock. Full disclosure, we do own it.
Yeah, we're both long in it.
But we will take tendies when it runs a little hot. When there's a lot of momentum, We'll sell off a little bit, wait for it to come back down because it always comes back down. We'll buy it back.
Yep.
And make a couple $100, and away we go. Do it all over again.
Absolutely.
All right. I think that's it for tonight.
Everybody have a great night. We will see you guys in a couple of days.
All right. Good night.
Don't trade like that guy.
Ooh, or that guy.
All right, guys.